All right, y'all. I basically just finished recording a video just like this on the Lakers. That video will have already dropped by the time y'all see this one. Go check that out if you want my thoughts. But these are my thoughts basically on the Mavs' current and future plans based on this Luka Doncic trade. As a Mavs fan, I am unbelievably mad. If you want to see my earlier reaction, I posted it late last night after this trade happened. Ridiculous, insane. I have no words. Go watch that video if you want to hear my initial stunned thoughts. But I'm going to try my best to put emotion aside, just like in the Lakers video that I released earlier today, and give my thoughts as logically as I can about the future of the Mavs and the current of the Mavs after this trade. Do I think it's one of the worst trades, probably the worst trade just on paper, immediate reaction wise in NBA history? Yes, probably. Do I think they could have gotten way more than they did for Luka Doncic? Absolutely. Do I think that the trade actually somehow still makes the Mavs contenders? Yes. Now, real quickly before I dive deeper into it, this is a situation where I truly believe the Mavs could win the title and the fans are still going to be pissed. You don't trade away a top 5 player in his prime at 25 years old who is likely to be a career Mav. Like, you don't do that, right? This is the first trade in NBA history, I think, where the Mavs could win the title and they still lose the trade. But the team is really interesting. Now, they need another shot creator besides Kyrie Irving, is my first takeaway from this trade. Because are we trusting Spencer Dinwiddie, Dante Exum, and Jaden Hardy as the other initiators and shot creators when Kyrie's not on the floor? No, not really. Is the roster fascinating in terms of some of the things that it provides? Absolutely. Because you're looking at Kyrie, Spencer, potentially Hardy as like your point guard rotation. But then you look at your wings and you have your guard wings in Max Christie, who's been like 40% from 3, been playing awesome recently. High level point of attack defender, a lot of athleticism there as well. And he's only 21. Now he's one of the few young pieces on this team that's actually interesting at this point. It's him and Derek Lively pretty much, because they just traded away the future of the franchise. Again, I'm incredibly mad, but you have Max Christie, Quentin Grimes, Klay Thompson on your wings, and those guys are talented. Dante Exum as well, can create off the dribble a little bit, not as good of a shooter, but good defensive player. And then your like bigger wings, Najee Marshall and obviously PJ Washington, I guess is going to be a small forward now. Like maybe PJ's your backup power forward. I don't even know. PJ Washington does he's having the best year of his career. I guess he's a small forward. Like maybe he's a power forward. AD starts at center and Gafford comes off the bench right now, but AD wanted a center next to him. So my thought is, like, since Lively's hurt, obviously Lively's out for another probably 2 months or so. My thought is it'll probably be Anthony Davis and Daniel Gafford starting together. Who starts the 3 and the 2? I'm not totally sure at this point next to Kyrie, but either way, when Derek Lively's healthy, your center rotation is insane. The options you have of Anthony Davis, Daniel Gafford, and Derek Lively are ridiculous. Then you have so much size. Like they will dominate on the rebounding and they will dominate defensively. Absolutely. Will they be good enough offensively to be a top tier contender? That is the honest question. Will they have enough time to mesh cohesively as a team to be a real contender as well is another real question. And obviously there are serious questions as well for just what happens at this point with this Mavs team, because this trade does absolutely make one of Derek Lively or Daniel Gafford expendable for trade if the Mavs wanted to pursue that. Now, I would personally have never thought they would ever consider trading Derek Lively, but they just traded Luka. So again, anything is possible. And the thing is, I would say they'd trade Gafford, but Gafford's number 1 been awesome lately. But number 2, Lively's also out for the next 2 months. So it's like the idea with this trade, Nico Harrison basically said, is to win now with defense. Do I think he's a effing lunatic who just did one of the stupidest things that's ever happened in professional sports? Yes, I do. Do I think that they will be an elite defensive team? Absolutely. Do I think that they are absolutely massively big and need to make a trade for another shot creating guard, point guard type initiator player? Yeah, probably. I do wonder about the spacing in the defense. And obviously I wonder about the spacing of a Lively Gafford AD front court. Even if that does mean AD's at center sometimes, which I'm sure he will be sometimes. But even if when he's at power forward, I mean, I know the Lakers won the title with it a couple of years ago, but an inside non-shooting center and Anthony Davis is weird. And like maybe they let Derek Lively shoot 3s now when he comes back, because he's shown the ability to potentially become a stretch big, but I don't think he's quite there yet in terms of being ready for that. And it's just, the fit here is so strange because they're going to be massive, and I do believe they're going to be dominant defensively. But you absolutely have to wonder if this is it for the Mavs in terms of trades. And that's the question with both of these teams. Like I talked about the Lakers earlier, they're probably making moves here as well at the deadline. And like this trade just opens up the possibility to where you can literally say literally anything is possible when it comes to trades, because this is as shocking a trade as I think is pretty much possible. I mean, I think the only trade that would be more shocking than this is if Victor Wembanyama were to be traded. I think that's it. And even then, it's like Luka's an established top 5 superstar player in this league. Anthony Davis is an established top 10 superstar player in this league. Problem is, Anthony Davis is 31. Kyrie Irving is 32. Luka's about to turn, or sorry, Kyrie's about to turn is about to turn 32 years old. You're basically putting your future on a guy who's had real injury issues in the past in AD and a 32-year-old Kyrie, and like your championship window has just shrunk so much now. It has gone from a 10-year championship window, however long Luka plays, to a probably 2 or 3 year championship window, realistically, with this AD Kyrie duo and confusion around them for sure. And there's just got to be, you got to think the players are going to be just like, this has to hurt the chemistry of the team and the cohesiveness. Like you can't trust the front office. I have a hard time seeing this being a positive, realistically. Will the Mavs still be competitive? I do think so. Do I think they are serious title contenders? If things go perfectly, I can see the argument for the answer being yes. But I don't think things are going to go perfectly, number one, probably. And number two, even if they did, as a Mavs fan, I don't know what to say. And honestly, I think I'm just a fan of both teams, because I was already a big LeBron fan anyway. So I think Luka's my favorite player. LeBron's my second favorite player as of now. So like, I think I'm just a Lakers fan and a Mavs fan, realistically. The Lakers were my second favorite team. So it's like, at this point, I feel like I'm a fan of both teams, but then it's like, it feels hard to be a fan of either team, because being a Mavs fan is like being a fan of a front office that just traded away your future and gave a gigantic middle finger to your entire fan base. And then being a Lakers fan is like, it feels wrong as a lifelong Mavs fan. You know what I mean? So I don't know. This is rough, but it's the most fascinating trade that has ever happened. It's the most shocking trade that has ever happened. It's, for me personally, the most disappointing and saddening trade that's ever happened. And I'm not kidding when I truly say I have no words, but it will be fascinating to watch the rest of the season, how these two teams work, the Lakers and the Mavs. And for the Mavs, like, look, they could win a title. I actually think with a couple of tweaks, this roster is good enough to, if things go right, win a title. It just, again, I don't think that would matter. I don't think that would solve the issues, in all honesty. I'm speechless and I don't know what to do, but we'll see. We will see. I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. Be back with more NBA content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.